Thanks Sogo MTB for this chance to do a bike check. My name is Wilson Low and this is my Yeti Cycles Arc. It's a medium-sized bike. Black color. You can see it's a 29er hardtail. I've done a few tweaks to it that kind of makes it the kind of bike which I like to ride. So starting from the front, we have a DVO Sapphire 34 fork that's usually set at 130. In fact, the entire frame comes stock with a 130 fork, but I dropped it down to 120 millimeters of travel. What's interesting about this particular build is the slacker headset angle reducer. It drops the headset angle by about 2 degrees. So what we have here is like a 65-degree head angle. So that gives the bike a much better descending characteristics. It also lengthens the wheelbase and maintains the bottom bracket height while doing so. So I'd say the front end of the bike really likes to charge on the descents. But overall build, the bike is still pretty much cross-country. So you can see the Synthase cockpit. So it's a 55mm negative rise stem along with Synthase 5mm rise handlebars. It's almost flat. So you can see it's a very cross-country like setup over there. Slam the stem. So you can see a bunch of stem spacers above the stem rather than below. You still get a bit of stack height because of the slacker, but I think overall you kind of maintain the geometry of the bike, which is comfortable but still active enough and enough space for moving around the climbs, as well as enough range of motion on the descents. XTR brakes, shifters, a wolf tooth remote that actuates a 1-up dropper post, which is 180 mils. Moving back down from the front of the bike, we go to the heart of the bike. We see XTR drivetrain, crankset, cassette, chain. The only thing that is not XTR but XT is the rear derailleur. With XTR brakes as well, as you can see. These are the trail brakes, so these are the 4-pot brakes. So I think there's a bit more stopping power over here. I chose this over the 2-piston brakes, so just a little bit more of a weight penalty, but you have much better stopping power, even for 6-inch rotos, which we see mounted to the wheels. A bit more about the wheels. We have VR1 Composites Revive carbon wheels over here. These are 25mm internal width. They're mounted to Victoria Sierra downcountry tires. So I just put these tires on. They are quite a performer. I haven't really figured out the air pressure to run them at right now, but I think they are pretty good for the kind of terrain we encounter. So kind of open knobs. So generally good for mud clearance. They're not the fastest tires around, but I think they're a good all-round tire for light trail riding and cross country. So the wheels spin on Onyx Racing Products hubs. These are the Vespers on the front and rear. I love the rear hub. It's an instant engagement, and what we have here is a setup that's optimized for technical riding. A bit more about the drivetrain. We have not 170 cranks but a 165mm cranks, so slightly shorter crankset. I think that's more of like the trend nowadays, to choose slightly shorter cranksets from the default 170. We have 34 teeth wolf tooth chainring, which is oval, and it spins a 1051 rear cassette. So the bike setup tubeless, no inserts. So I think this bike comes in at around 11.4 kilos, including pedals. I really like the pedals, by the way. I've been using flat pedals for the longest time rather than clip-in pedals. These are Chromac contact pedals. These pedals have very lasted across 2 previous bikes. So now this is actually the 3rd bike that this is mounted to. So overall, this bike, I really enjoy riding this bike. I had it set up about 1.5 years ago with Trail Plus. It's a bike service center specializing in mountain bike service and repair. So I really depend on these guys to make my machines perform, which I really need for my work as a mountain bike instructor and guide. Thanks Roslan from Sogo Mountain Bike for giving me the chance to talk about this bike. I really enjoy riding this one, and I hope to keep riding it for a bit longer. Thanks so much. Hi, I'm Wilson Low from Raw Epics, and this is my bike check.
Yeah, amazing, dude. I so love it.
I think it's the smile, the smile.
Yeah, wow, that's gold. Okay, so what I need to do now is what do you call